Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's Daily Recap is for Thursday, September the 29th, 2022. Thursday, September 9th, 2022. Now, we had not a whole lot of action going on the Young and the Restless today. We have a finishing conversation with Adam trying to convince Nick to admit that he's, sleeping with Sally. It's like, oh my goodness, what? What? And Nick doesn't really give him the satisfaction. Coy, but not coy, right? Victoria walks in, and what am I walking in on? And Adam's like, I'm just leaving. Ask your brother. Something about ask your brother and Sally or something. So Victoria says, that's intriguing. What's going on? And Nick actually tells her, not so many. He doesn't blatantly say, I'm sleeping with Sally in the office on the couch, and now we've moved to a hotel. But he does let her know. He goes, but it's nobody's business. She goes, I disagree. What you do affects the company, especially since it's with a company employee. Really, a subordinate of yours. I know what I'm doing, Vic. She goes, okay. I got enough, in my personal life anyway. Nick, you do you, right? She goes, but what do you think Dad is going to say when he finds out? He wants Sally fired. Now he finds out you're sleeping with her. And he's like, it's none of Dad's business. How's he going to find out? And then she says, okay, well, what's Summer going to feel like? This is the woman that had this master plan of running her out of town. Now, she goes, if I hear that, oh, it worked out in the end from you, I'm going to scream, something to that effect. She's like, because it was still wrong. That's Sally Spectrum. And you're just okay with that. And he's like, Sally is doing an amazing job. I'm surprised he didn't say she's changed, because Sally hasn't changed. How would he know she's changed? But she's getting ready to leave. And she said, you know what? You're right. It's your life. But the only thing I'm going to say is you have to think more of just yourself, because this involves the entire company as well, whether you want to think it does or not. Right? So we spent a lot of time with Kyle. I mean, in real life, men, especially of his age, don't think of what can I do romantic today for my wife? What can I do? Oh, I know. I want to marry her all over again, spur of the moment. First, I want to surprise her. She's gonna think she's going out to dinner or going over for a cup of coffee, and but now it's a wedding. Here's the wedding dress. Get in it. Let's do this. That was gonna work. But then it's, oh, come upstairs. I've got something for you. Puts this straw hat on her, and has this whole guessing game of where you can wear this straw hat. And then, they're going to, I think it was, Costa Rica for the honeymoon. And she's so happy. She's this, she's that. And I'm thinking, did we set a wedding date yet? Did I miss that episode where an actual wedding date has been set, where you're going to wear this ugly wedding dress that the Foresters created for you? But okay. Anyway, they're going to go on this honeymoon. So we spent a lot of time with that. And then we get Sally and Chloe at the coffee house. And Sally actually tells Chloe about her and Nick. It's Chloe is sitting there. She's like, okay, now wait a minute. What kind of friend am I supposed to be right now? Because I need to know, so I know how to go with this. Am I supposed to be the supportive friend for anything you do? I'm supporting you, or I'm supposed to be the kind of friend that will tell you how she really feels and really, talk to you as a friend. Tell me, what do I need to be for you right now? and I'll be it. And so I think Sally says the supportive friend. So Chloe's sitting there, and Sally's starting to get real intimate with the details, and Chloe's like, oh, no, 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 too much information. This is all too new to me. I'm in no. Okay, you know what? You guys went out after work. You had a bunch of drinks, too many, had a drink too many, and things happened. It happens when alcohol is involved. I completely understandable. No alcohol was involved. Chloe's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, you know what? Okay, okay. You got caught up in the heat of the moment. It happened one time. Mistake, okay. Mistakes happen. Those things just happen. Oh, it's happened more than one time. It's happened twice. Okay. She's like, okay. Hmm. At least she goes, Nick is a good guy. I can tell you that. Nick is a good guy. But still, this is a very sticky situation here. Okay? He's Adam's brother. That makes it complicated. And when Adam finds out, does Adam know? She's like, no, I told him none of his business. But when Adam finds out, that can get messy. No need for Adam to find out. It's my life. Got my separate ways. So they said, well, look, Adam actually walks into the coffee house, but they were done with their late meeting anyway. And they were getting up, and Adam comes over, says, I need to talk to Sally. And Chloe's like, oh, no, 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 I'm going nowhere. And she says, oh, no, no, you think I'm going to leave you alone with her? Nope. And she stands there with her hands crossed. It was too cute. So he just talks to Sally in front of Chloe. And Sally pretty much lets her know it is my life. I'll do with it as I will. Period. Who I get in a relationship with, I'm in one or I'm not, right? It's none of your business, And I actually can't remember, did she actually, I think Sally does actually tell Adam, was Chloe standing there? Yes, Chloe was standing there. And Chloe's like, mm. So Sally leaves, and Chloe's like, ooh, like, ouch, ouch, that sucks to be you, right? Man. But Adam, you brought this all on yourself. You were the one that broke up with Sally. You were the one that actually broke Sally's heart. And now Sally looks like she's moved on. Yikes. Oh. Anyway, it's all for the better. Sally, Chloe was just no comfort because she didn't plan on being comfort. She can't stand Adam. Right? So Adam's sitting there now. He's kind of like stewing. He brought it all on himself. But there was one interesting tidbit of conversation. Sally told Chloe, don't worry, I'm not in jeopardy of getting my heart broken. That's what she tells Chloe. And what that meant to me was Nick is boring. I'm not going to fall in love with Nick. Nick is just what I'm doing right now, just because something to do. But Nick is not my kind of knight in shining armor that when I think of heat, I think of passion, I think of Nick Newman. Because see, nobody does. In reality, no, sorry, Nick, sorry. Young Nick and Sharon, yeah. Even the older Nicks and Sharons, she more heat and passion with Adam. But anyway, so Chloe leaves, Sally's gone. Sally goes to her hotel room, and now Sally, she's thinking of Adam, like, oh, now I've so totally cut ties with Adam. No, I told Adam the truth, and it's like, no, I guess I gotta let my heart really go now because I really do still love Adam. That's really what it is. So there's a knock on the door, and in my mind, I'm thinking it's either going to be Adam or it's going to be Nick. It's going to be one of the two. And quite frankly, when she opened the door, what happened next? It could have been Adam. It could have been Nick. It wouldn't have mattered. What happened next was going to happen next. Nick opens the door and he just looks at her. She opens the door, she just looks at him, and she's got this face, sad face on her. So she reaches out, pulls him in, and he comes in, and they start making out. It wasn't even a thank goodness he knows. I'm happy it's you. I'm happy you can't. It was just a, you know what? Let me use you to try to forget about the man that I love. And Nick standing there is, I'm here to be used so you can forget about the man that you really love. I'm okay with that. I'm 100% okay with that, Sally. Nick's going to get what he deserves, and so is Sally, because Adam, and this is one thing that Victoria told Nick. She said, look, when Adam finds out about this, he's going to be very dangerous. Adam is going to lash out. And Nick says, don't worry about Adam. I can handle Adam. Nick is 100% forgetting Adam knows that he killed Ashlyn Locke. He's forgetting that. Oh, but I can handle Adam. Mm-hmm. We'll see how that works out for you, Nick. We shall see. Then we go to Nate comes home. Elena's finishing up some little items. She's packing up. And he's like, well, I thought me going on a walk would give you some time to think and reconsider. She's like, no. She's packing up. And he's just like, Elena, can't you just see it can't you just see that it's not what he's still going back and the way I see it? And she goes, you know what, there's really no reason to talk. It can't be justified. She's like, you are not the man that I fell in love with. The man that I fell in love with helps people, cares about people. She goes, this man you are now only caring about yourself. It's only about you and what you want. And I cannot be a party to this at all. So then she goes up, she brings her suitcase, her little overnight case. She goes, I have everything I need. And she kind of walks over because her purse is where he's at. And he hands her purse, and she pulls her little travel case out the door, very sad. And before she left, she turned, she goes, Nate, I love you. She's like, in her mind, she's like, I love you, but it's a shame that it's turned to that you're turning to this. Because I can't. She can't even stand by him. When the whole fallout happens, who could stand by Nate? When the truth comes out, what I don't get it. Who would stand by him when that truth comes out? When he ushers in his new order. Okay. So then it shows her, she did let him know I'm gonna be staying at the Grand Phoenix. She walks through the Grand Phoenix front door. Look, oh, she was so sad. She's looking like, am I here? I'm here. And she walks in and she's crying, and she's just sitting on the bed, and the anguish. This was a really good scene for her, because she looks like a woman who's truly just hurting for what's about to come, for what she sees, for just, oh my goodness. Look, the man that truly loved her, she loved him allegedly. She sleeps with Nate, blows the whole thing up. Okay. then ends up with Nate. Now look at what happens. This is Nate. Nate blew up you and Devon, and Nate blew up you and him. That's Nate. So anyway, sorry, Elena, sorry. So Nate goes out to society and he's drinking or has a drink, and Victoria shows up there. Now, for a woman who was so concerned about her son just finding out who his biological mother is and was leaving early from the office that day, she never went home. Or actually, she did go home, but Johnny would not open the door. Johnny only would play his video games as if she wasn't there. I'm sorry, she's still the parent, right? Still the parent. That doesn't mean I'm going to leave home and I'm just going to be gone for the rest of the night because so you could do you, 13-year-old. You know, who made dinner? You know, who saw that homework was done? Who, I don't know, but Victoria sure didn't go back home, right? So she and Nate are talking, and Nate let her know that, yeah, Elena left. You know, she doesn't see the vision, you know, and he needs somebody that sees his vision. And Victoria's like, we're visionaries, and not everyone can see our vision. But we do noble things. We employ people so that they can get paychecks, so that they can take care of their families, so that their kids can go to college. It takes big thinkers like you and I, Nate. Don't give up on your big thinking. And I'm thinking, she is stringing you along, stupid thinker, because Victoria never allows big thinkers to work for her. They have to do exactly what she says. Exactly. Only person that doesn't is Nick and her mama. And then her mama still does exactly what she says. Nick will voice his opinion, but ultimately he is going to do what she says, but he will tell her what's what. He's the only one that'll tell her what's what. But right now, he can't even think of what's what because he can only think of the sheets right now. So Victoria kind of pumped him up, and he's like, yeah, you know what, you're right. You're right. Nate, Victoria. See, here's the thing. They're being seen together so much. They're running it. This is going to be so interesting how this whole IPO plays out. It really, truly is. Now, one side note, sidebar. I thought about this because yesterday we dealt more with Chelsea and even Adam, where Adam was saying, you know, no, Connor needs stability. I want to do X, Y, and Z. I have a question for all of you. Now, Adam is staying at the Grand Phoenix because remember when Sally moved back in, he goes, hey, I thought you were at the GCAC. I didn't know you came back here to the Grand Phoenix. And she goes, yeah, that GCAC was stuffy. This is nicer. Now the Phyllis don't own it. I'm back. And he's like, well, from one fellow long-term Grand Phoenix residents to another, welcome back. And he just wanted to come in for a drink. She's like, no, Adam, go to your room, you know. And he wanted to come in. Okay. So I was thinking, wait, Adam lives at the Grand Phoenix. Chelsea lives at the Grand Phoenix. Where's Connor stay? Because do they both think that's an environment to raise a son in a one-room hotel room? Because I thought Adam moved out of the Newman house where he was raising Connor. He doesn't have his penthouse because Nate has it now. He's not living in the tech house on the ranch. Where is Connor living? Can anybody tell me that? Where's Connor staying? I'd like to know that because both of them parents are great parents. Where are they raising their son? So now let's go to comment corner. Comment corner. Monique says Nick is the safe choice for Sally. There's no getting her heart broken by Nick, but eventually she's going to become, eventually safe becomes boring. And it's going to become very boring for Sally right off the bat. Sally was at her best. Remember when her and Adam were doing their scheming? They were either scheming against Victoria, they were scheming against Billy, they were scheming against they were just each other's ride or die schemers, and they loved it. And that's Sally Spectra. That gets her blood pumping, scheming. Nick is gonna be none of that. Soon enough, look, he's going to be inviting Sally over to the house so he could go ahead and put Christian on her lap. And she'll be like, wait, what's this? Wait, stepmother? Me? What? You know? And Patricia says the great part of Wednesday's episode was at the ending when Trevor St. John was on. She thought the show, the show is going to get interesting. Actually, that character, he plays a good devious. He does. He plays a good cunning and devious. So hopefully that's the role he's truly going to bring to Tucker. And even the playing field with Devon, help Devon. I really am looking forward to that. And then she goes, they let us down again because instead of showing more of Tucker and Diane, they went back to the same old storylines. Women talk. Yeah, well, they're going to ease us into Tucker and Diane. They really are. They're not going to let us know what she did in LA right off the bat. We shall see what Nikki comes back to. And then she goes, I hope the next time they decide to show Tucker, it won't be preempted. Oh, is your Young and the Restless being preempted by TV? Yeah, I know that happens. Fortunately, we haven't had preempts too much here. I'm on the Pacific Coast, West Coast. So it hasn't been too bad. And then she says, Robin says, Chelsea, stop. You just want to use Johnny to get some help. Wait, no, just get some help. Diane, get with Chelsea. Go get some help. You know what's funny? I don't know if Diane needs more mental help. Diane has got a sinister plan going on with Tucker. Okay. Diane is trying to weave a net for Jack, and she just knew Jack was already in it close enough so she could really get Jack into the sack. So when stuff comes out that she did in LA, Jack will already be in a relationship with her. That's what Diane wanted to do. Didn't work, Diane, now did it? It didn't work. Let's see. And then Robin said, these men don't want y'all. She's talking about Billy doesn't want Chelsea, and Jack is saying he doesn't want Diane. And you know what? Jack has said all along, I'm keeping Diane close to watch her. Perhaps he really is. I don't know. But that happiness on his face as he looks at her seemed pretty genuine to me. It really, really does. And then Medora said, Sally is using Nick to get over Adam. I agree with that. LaShunta says, Victor will hit the roof. Sally will be with whoever for her career. Thomas, Liam, Wyatt, Jack, Adam, and now Nick. You know what? I don't ever remember, and she's talking about the Bold and the Beautiful with Thomas, Liam, and Wyatt. I don't remember Sally Spectra being with Liam. Sally Spectra was with Thomas Forrester, and Thomas Forrester's always a bad guy, always up to something. And Sally was her best with Thomas. Loved it. She loved it because she could be bad too. Now, he dumped her for Caroline, his son's mother, and left with her. Then she latched onto Wyatt, which was a Spencer son, and Wyatt was a good one. But Liam is the goody two shoes. But Wyatt was pretty good. Compared to Thomas, Wyatt is a good guy, right? So yeah, she does love to go jump right into goodness family. I'm surprised she didn't try to go for Bill Spencer. But anyway, that is great. That's great. I saw the comments from Comic Corner. Thank you very much. Let's see what Cliffhanger Friday has in store for us on The Young and the Restless.